Okay.
So you're live. I doubt anyone is here.
No. I think it'll take a couple of minutes to. Oh, my stream started on Twitter. That's cool. Ooh, Donnie just got tenure. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I did. I made a comment. I was like, hell, fuck you. This is the youngest person I have ever known
To get tenure?
to get tenure.
Yeah.
Ever. Most of them are in their 60s.
Oh, yep. Live stream is a going.
Now I just need to see where the chat is going to be.
Well, there's a little thing on the side there.
Well, yeah, this is private chat with host.
Well, that's the private chat. That's between, like, that would be between you and me if you had your own interface.
Got it. Chat?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Yay. Cybot's here. You're probably the first and possibly only person here, Cybot. Okay.
You know, and I'm going to. Oh, we got more folks. Oh, we got more folks.
Oh, God, help me.
Okay, I'm going to put the overlay on. So, since I will be doing the auction on who has the highest bid, so y'all can check me to make sure either I don't get a typo, which, I mean, I have dyslexia, so it is possible, or that I miss a bid, so y'all can keep me honest.
So you be nice. Hey, doing good, guys. Hi, Scrapzilla. I mean, eventually, you know. Aw. Yes. Thanks, Cybot. Oh, Alvin's here. Yay. So the pressure's on, Matt. Yeah, tell me about it. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised we got everything up and running as quickly as we did.
I thought we'd be late, like really, really.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be like completely late. Armando, Big Bad Shadow Man. Oh, man. That's awesome. It's so cool. Yeah, so just to update everyone, so Cass and I had a conversation this morning about what to do with this original art that I did last night in about an hour and a half. And just noticed something that was bothering me. And you know, we were like, well, we can put it up on the store or whatever. And then
talk with your mouth towards the
sorry.
mic.
And then we were like, well, I woken up and had already gotten a bunch of people messaging about the original art, and I thought, well, we'll do an auction.
We'll do a live stream. We haven't done a live stream in, I don't know, 2 years.
F it, we'll do it live.
With no practice in 2 years.
God, help me. Honestly, it was a lot easier to get everything up and running than I expected it to be, and I think it's just because in the last 2 years, streaming technology has gotten a lot more streamlined.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, Henshin John is here. Florgy Steve, Toku Society. Yeah, we got some good peeps here.
I'm surprised. I wonder if it gives me an overall viewer count, but I guess it can't really collate that data.
Yeah, I mean it might. I don't know. We're still figuring all this out. But yeah,
well,
so
don't worry. For those that can't bid, you're gonna watch Matt work on which one did you choose?
I'm going to work on a new print, which is so y'all might remember my Godzilla 60th anniversary print, which had starting up here had like the 54 Godzilla and then going all the way down to 2014 Godzilla towards the bottom. And I'm now going to work on a 70th anniversary print. It's not going to have every Godzilla because at that point, each Godzilla will be so small as to render it functionally useless. So we're going to instead, I'm going to do starting with Shin at the top, and we're going to go all the way down to Godzilla Evolved at the bottom. And that's going to be my 70th anniversary Godzilla print that I'll have on my shop, and I'll have it at conventions and stuff. But just to whet your whistles, I've also got this I've been working on, which is the Heisei Godzilla wraparound. What's the word? Heisei Godzilla wraparound Blu-ray. Yeah, for Blu-rays, because so much of the industry seems to be moving away from physical media, but I know a lot of Godzilla fans still like having their physical media and stuff. And, you know, once you have all the discs that you purchased legally, you can get one of these to keep them all in one tight little space.
So in the chat, I put a link to the other print he was talking about. So this is going to be an updated version of that.
Thank you. We do love physical media. Yeah,
digital shit, you don't own that. Everybody's finding that out the hard way, and I think everybody should get together. we should meet with our pitchforks and go take back what we fucking bought.
Caston is a true old school Gen Xer. Like, burn down, Hot Topic.
No, I love Hot Topic.
Well, Hot Topic's great, but it is a symbol of the bourgeoisie.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand that there are a lot of people. We're not going to talk too much about being scurvy sea dogs in here, like, because there is a possibility some friends of mine from Toho are going to be watching. So let's.
I wasn't talking about them. They haven't given out any. Oh, buy this digitally and then take it away.
Well, that's the problem, though, is that it wouldn't be up to them. Because, well, I mean, Japanese copyrights is already so weird. Let's not talk about it.
I am trying so hard. We're trying with this lighting guy. Like in here, the lighting is great, but I don't know why it's so dark for y'all, especially with pencil. Matt's just gonna have to do it harder.
Do it harder.
Push your pencil down harder.
No, I will not be doing that. Okay, so I've been trying to figure out exactly what pose to put Evolved Godzilla in, because I don't want to just recreate the pose from the Godzilla X Kong print that I did. That would be easiest. I'm also trying to, oh man, where's my sketchbook? Because I need to remember what I had. A sketch I did where I was trying to actually my sketchbook way over there. Can you go get that? Thank you.
See if I can squeeze out of here.
That's okay. I'll keep the chat. You can push that drawer in a little.
I can't. It's too full.
All right, I got it. I'll just and there you go. Thank you. All right, so promotion channels viewers.
Yeah, I'm trying to find how to fucking type in here.
No, I was going to say maybe we could block that person because that's a chat bot.
Where at?
Right there, stressful, shaming.
Thank you.
Go
back over.
Oh, there it is. Turn right to it. So yeah, you can sort of see here. It's a Tesser.
Yay!
Hope the audio is cutting in and out for you. Let me know if everybody's getting the audio is coming in okay. If it's not cutting in and out.
A lot of it is Matt turning his face away while talking, or is it actually just
like but yeah, you can kind of see here. Okay, some folks are saying audio is good. Radstar Father.
Yay! I was wondering. I was like, we know it's
where's Radstar Father?
When Radstar Father joins us.
Okay, so I'm gonna get Godzilla down here. This is gonna be Evolved Godzilla.
Okay, everything seems great.
Okay, good.
Twitch issues.
Twitchies. Twitchies. Yeah. So yeah, Kessel, let me know if there's anybody who's got any questions or anything.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how I can update with captions. Yes. Show. Edit. Let's see. Oh, your horrible keyboard.
Yeah, a giant clackety clacks. Clackety clack. Don't talk back.
There. Okay. Got it. That'll work. So testing, and I'm going to change that. And this is where I'll be keeping updated on who has the highest bid.
I know a couple of folks, like I know at least one gentleman from China said he was going to set his alarm for 8 a.m. over there.
Aww.
Which is very, very kind. Makes you feel loved. Hopefully I can make some progress on this thing.
All right, so how the bidding is going to work is throughout this stream, you will start the bidding. Right now, it's at 0. What do you think of a fair price for the first starting bid? It'll only last 5 seconds at that price, so don't go too low.
I mean, I was honestly like, I think people would probably pay like $200 for this thing.
So we can start at 200.
Yeah. So and just to remind folks, this is what people are bidding on. There we go. You kind of get the idea. There's Mr. Wintao. Yeah, there you are. I was just talking about you. That's the guy. Yep. That's awesome.
But so we will start the bid. You said 200, right?
200.
Start the bids at 200. So while he's going through this, throw out a bid. I'll keep it updated on the where it says bid 0 with the highest current bid. And if you want to outbid that, All payment will be PayPal. Is there any other options?
Yeah, it would have to be PayPal or Venmo.
Then okay, there we go. PayPal or Venmo,
Yeah.
and we'll settle up afterwards. If the highest bidder does not come through hours of dream, then the second highest person, which I will remember and reach out to, will option to take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Question: anybody else worried about GXK retreading the same ground GBK did by having Kong and Godzilla fight each other again, only to team up instead of just teaming up from the get-go?
I mean, it's a legitimate concern, but I personally think that there's going to be enough different stuff in the movie to kind of keep it fresh. That's my opinion anyway. Honestly, there's so many little details and there's so much planning that was required for this print that this may not have been the best choice.
Oh, you're clicking clacking keyboard.
Yeah, very clickety. And now there's an evil monkey. Brit's Funhouse is here. We haven't seen Brit's Funhouse in a long time.
Well, yeah, we love doing cons. The issue with cons is it's got to be worth our time. Like, small ones that are around Texas we can drive to, we will do a pop-up, mom and pop shop. Like, that's great. But the flight, hotels, food, all that adds up. So we can get a convention that's willing to do us a contract of covering X, Y, and Z items. Absolutely. We'll go to your convention. And if it's a small one that's never been done before, you give us guarantees on making X amount per day, and you'll cover the difference if we don't make that in sales. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain shows that I'm willing to throw down for and like try out if the numbers are good and if there's enough, if it has a good reputation for being a good artist show and stuff.
Ignore me, Tom.
Yeah. So it's just a question of what can we justify and like what is the overhead and and some shows they'll want to do a deal while like we'll give you a hotel and we'll give you a table or two tables or whatever in exchange for maybe like a new print or something.
Event specific print.
An event specific print, yeah. It's funny because I'm going through and I'm looking at the Godzillas that are on my sketch version of this, and some of these I don't remember which ones they are.
Well, they're all just generic shapes. You can make them into, whomever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to remember now. Oh man,
is this not the layout?
This is the layout.
Okay.
But I just some of these Godzillas, I'm like, who is that?
Got it. Made of Scars asked, my son owns a lot of your artwork. Do you remember him? You asked him for artwork you sent to
Nakajima's memorial service.
Yes.
Oh man, I think I remembered. We did. We sent when Nakajima passed away. I had to get all this stuff into the mail very quickly. I think Chris is here. Chris Wallace is here.
Oh.
I had to get all that stuff into the mail very quickly because the service was in only a couple of days. And I remembered, like, I put the word out and I got a bunch of stuff in the mail and I tried to pack it all in as quickly as possible. I think I had to send things in 2 waves, like one for the service. And then I think they had and then we just had well wishes for Nakajima's daughter. Yeah. We could probably.
Henson said, at least you don't have over 80 Godzillas to keep track of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Monster Zero says they miss us.
Aww.
And Gabe says hi. If you remember him.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, hi. Yes, I think I know a couple of games.
Yeah, they
So,
have their artwork all over their room.
oh, that was that one. Oh, yeah,
Jen,
that's awesome.
are you going to see Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire?
No, I don't watch Godzilla
I
movies.
know, right? Like
Who has the time?
we'll
Uh,
be there opening night.
I'm sure I will be because, like, well, probably. What I'm hoping is that I can see it in advance for oneofus.net to do a review because I haven't done a review with them in a while. But it's just a question of making sure that the calendar lines up. But I'm definitely want to take like a big group then to go see it afterwards.
See, I intentionally did a typo in the
Mm.
current bid price to see if y'all would call me out like I asked, and I put 2,000 instead of 200. No one said anything. I am not infallible. I mean, what does that mean?
I am not infallible. Hi,
So
banana guy.
the Fee Saybot says, I remember something. I wanted to tell you that my mom really liked Godzilla -1. Finally made a non-Godzilla fan like a Godzilla film.
Yeah, that apparent. Well, that's the thing. Like it's and that's first of all that's wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. But it's funny because um, I was talking to my friend Sophie Campbell the other day, who y'all might know as the lead artist and writer from the Ninja Turtles comics. I believe she just ended her run or is in the process of ending her run. She and I were talking about -1, and we both really like it. But she made a good point of like it is kind of a Godzilla movie for normies. Like it's I don't want to say it's a basic bitch Godzilla movie. It's really not. It's exceptionally well made. It's exceptionally well made. It's just like, but it is like the Godzilla movie. I think is the most digestible for like my parents, for example. Which, by the way, it was really nice. I sent my parents like the clip of Arnold presenting the award for -1 and everything. My dad's a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, and they both were like, "Oh man, we really want to watch it," because I've talked it up to them a little bit. But to them, they're like, this is just the Godzilla movie that Matt went to the red carpet on. They're all the same. But no, they genuinely want to watch it.
We have Banana Guy Mike that says they love your art.
Mm-hmm.
And someone asked, Dragon Airbuds, have you ever considered revisiting your Godzilla Neo series? Perhaps redesigning some event?
I've considered that. I don't think I would. I don't think I'll be continuing Godzilla Neo simply because I have other stuff I want to draw, and Godzilla Neo doesn't hold the. Godzilla Neo held a lot of appeal back when there was no other Godzilla media. Oh, I just realized that I've been drawing and nobody can see it.
Oh,
Um,
sorry, that's my job.
it's okay. Yeah. What the hell was I saying? That was back when there was like no Godzilla media coming out. So that's why I created Godzilla Neo, because I wanted there to be Godzilla stuff. And so I was just going to make it with blackjack and hookers. And yeah.
Tyrannoraptor Animations asked, what are your thoughts of Ultraman Blazar monsters?
Oh, they're awesome. I love the Blazar monsters. They're some of the first Ultra Kaiju that I've purchased figures of in a while that I've just been like, yes, just because a lot of Ultraman monsters that even though I genuinely love them, they sometimes get a little bit interchangeable. And I was more, but these, especially because Bandai put a little more work into some of the new Bandai toys for the Blazar monsters. So yeah, they're very cool. I like them a lot.
And Banana Guy Mike asked, are you going to do any more work for IDW soon?
Well, I just finished, which I can't show off yet, but I just finished a short story for the 70th anniversary of Godzilla. They're putting out a 70th anniversary Godzilla anthology, and yeah. What was I saying? Oh, good lord, what's wrong with me? They're putting out an anthology, an anthology comic book for the 70th anniversary, and I did a short story for that comic. I got it out. I spit it out.
Let me catch up on the chat.
Doing -1 Godzilla over here. This will kind of give you all an idea of how the layout's going to be. So there's evolved Godzilla down here. I have minus Godzilla here. And to kind of contrast him, I have the ride Godzilla behind him. What's up?
Oh, go ahead. I thought you're finished.
Since they're basically the same Godzilla. And then I've got over here, I've got the kind of Godzilla Jr. grown up, like short film Godzilla. You were saying?
I think you already went over this, but someone asked, are you going to do art for the Heisei Godzilla Criterion Blu-ray set?
I guess I don't understand the question because the Heisei Criterion set's out.
But are you going to do art for it? Are you gonna make a print or something?
Well, that's the Showa print.
That's
okay.
What
yes, I've done the Showa print. I did a Showa print because I've talked about this before, but I was not asked to be part of the Showa Godzilla set. But I promised Sophie that I wouldn't complain about that anymore because I got to do the whole Gamera set myself, and I think she was a little bit jealous.
Banana Guy also says they miss Rulers of Earth.
Oh, well, thank you for the kind words for Rulers of Earth. It definitely was a big part of my, my journey as an artist and everything. And I love Rulers of Earth. And I did do a new short story for the Japanese edition of Rulers of Earth. Unfortunately, there are not any plans right now to release an English version of that. But who knows what'll happen.
Florga Steve asks, if you could design a creature for Monarch Season 2, what would it be?
It would not be the Ion Dragon. I like the Ion Dragon. It's fun as just like kind of a throwaway monster, but I feel like they needed a little something extra. I don't know, like I guess I'd have to sit and think about it. Honestly, I think it would be cool because we're getting so many new monsters. It would be nice to go back and bring somebody else back. Like, I don't know, Hedorah, or maybe, well, Hedorah needs like a whole miniseries or a whole movie unto itself. Maybe Manda. Manda would be cool.
Red Star Father loves how accurately and quickly you draw stuff and would really, really love some Matt Frank art tutorials.
Well, that's very kind. Thank you, Red Star Father.
Master Kaiju asks, what other places that you post what events you're going to? The whole list.
I tend to just post on social media. Like, I have a lot of social media accounts, as is currently streaming on all of them. And I post on there. I try to post on all of them when I know where I'm going. I should actually post my current list for this year, but I haven't yet.
Scrapzilla54 asked, one of my biggest hopes I have for future Godzilla films / TV media is their budget are not hundreds of millions of dollars and more like 20 to 50 million. What are your hopes for the next films?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it seems like right now a lot of blockbuster budgets are kind of locked in the $100 to $150 million range. And that's just kind of the way the industry is working right now. What I'm hoping is that Japanese Godzilla movies can get bigger budgets, because kind of famously, Godzilla -1 was made for under $10 million. And it was mostly, I think, made on pure gumption by Yamazaki-san and his crew. What was nice is that apparently they, according to some reports, they actually did work to try to make sure that nobody worked super long crunch hours unless they really wanted to. And it's tricky. It's really tricky to ride that line. So,
We have 2 people asking for an update for State of the Monsters.
Oh, well, I am so glad. State of the Monsters, I have the script written for issue 1. I have some edits from my editor that I'm going to be making. I really need to sit down and finalize some character designs. I have a couple. I have a couple of updates.
Guess how many viewers we currently have?
14.
Almost 400.
What? You people get out of my house.
Oh, now it's over 400.
What do you want from me? Well, just to remind everybody, this is one of the main reasons we're here. I'm auctioning this off, this artwork that I did last night after Godzilla got the Oscar. I was really happy to do that, so I went ahead and the current bid is Wen Tao from China for $200, who is very kind to wake up super early over there. So y'all gotta make it happen. Oh, no, Timon, I am actually right-handed. The camera is just flipped.
Yeah, most cameras like that do it. Like when you take a photo and someone's holding a book, it's in reverse. It's ridiculous. And I wish it was
really. I think it's something to do with the way our feed is working. I don't know. I don't know, but no, I'm right-handed.
Someone asked, "Who is the lady talking?" You have to have a funny reply to this.
She just started living in my house, and I can't get rid of her. I tried fumigating, and she just comes back stronger. So this is actually Kasten, who's the lady talking. Kasten has been helping me with my business since, oh God, sometime in 2020.
Right at the beginning.
Right about the beginning of the pandemic, Kasten was like, "Oh God, you need help."
And it was actually a live stream.
It was a live stream, yeah.
I'm like, oh, because he's trying to do art and stay on top of the comments at the same time. I'm like, nobody can see you draw because you're constantly reading.
I'm reading comments. I'm talking with my hands.
Yes.
And yes, Kasten is also my partner and has been helping me. Has been helping me and keeping me alive since like sometime in 2020. Yay!
I don't know if you play Halo, asked J Dog, but I'd love to see you. Love to see you or someone do a. Oh my goodness, Godzilla versus UNSC art piece. You're really not much into video games, like besides Zelda.
I mean, I'm really into video games. I just don't do as much video game fan art as I'd like to. I've drawn some Halo stuff. I did some Halo commissions and whatnot that were fun to work on. But I actually do have a funny story with Halo. So I recently went on a snowboarding trip with my dad. And it was in Colorado, and at this resort we went to, they had an arcade really close to our hotel room. So we actually spent a little time there, and Dad had been watching the Halo series that's on, I don't know where it is. It's like, I think it's on Paramount Plus. He had been watching that series and really enjoying it. And they had a Halo arcade game, like one of those raw thrills, like big arcade games with the big gunner seats, and we really enjoyed playing it. But I thought it was really funny that the end of, not to spoil it, but the end of that, you're playing as like what are they called? Not the Spartans. You're playing as the other kind of elite fighting force in Halo. Helping out Master Chief, and then Master Chief blows up Halo and everybody dies at the end of the game. Like, your characters die, and I'm like, oh. And I just turned to Dad, and he was just like, I don't think that's happened in the show yet.
Shin John asked, could you do a rundown on what tools and type of paper you're using for the print you're currently working on?
Oh, that's a good question. I am currently I'm just using whatever pencils I can grab. Like, this is actually an Ella King pencil that I got as a gift years ago from my buddy Ed Holland in Japan. He gave me this Ultraman pencil set, and so I've been these are actually really good pencils, so I've been using these. And for inks, I actually use stuff like these zebra brush pens. I get a lot of mileage out of those. And then I've got good old-fashioned microns that I use for some detail work. So yeah. And the paper is actually Bristol board. I try to most physical comic book art is made on Bristol board because it's a slightly higher quality paper, and the paper adheres to the ink and pencils a little bit better.
So people who are joined in a little bit later, what we're doing is we're bidding on the art, and we're just doing it in the comments. You can see on the screen the current high bid is 200. You want to bid higher than that? Let's do at least $10 minimum up. So if you want to bid,
I'd say 20.
20,
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll do that. Now I'll try to keep it updated as fast as possible. Like I said, if I make any typos, please let me know. If I miss your bid, just say it again in chat. But I am about 5 minutes behind on chat, so I can get to everybody's questions.
When Tao is sort of an E, W-E-N-T.
Oh, let me copy paste.
Okay. So yeah. Yeah, I've run into a bit of a conundrum with this print actually, because in the sketch I had the Godzilla Jr. like adult Godzilla over here in this section, but then I started running out of space of where the Godzillasaurus is supposed to go. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do this. I'll have Godzilla Jr. here. I mean, it's implied to be Godzilla Jr. We don't know that for a fact. And then, yeah, okay. I've got it.
Cassandra Maynard says, "Hello, you badass man, you."
Hi.
And Maniacal Clustable says, "You've got such visually appealing art style too. Always nice sight to see."
Well, thank you. It's funny to hear that when I'm like sitting here with a bunch of chicken scratch and just being like, I think this looks like Godzilla. I like how -1 Godzilla is coming out here though.
And someone says, Fisebot says, talking about Halo, the flood. What do you think about the flood? I have no idea what that means, but
the flood are they're kind of the ultimate, one of the ultimate threats in the first. They are the ultimate threat in the original Halo series. I mean, they're cool. They're basically space zombies. They're like a space version of the cordyceps in, oh crap, Last of Us. Oh, and I saw more than two people, more than one person was like ODST when I was asking
what the fuck does that mean?
It's from Halo. It's a thing from Halo. I couldn't remember like what the non-Spartan elites were.
Scott Hamilton asked, "Is there a SP Godzilla in there?"
Yeah, singular point Godzilla is right here. You can see his big dumb mouth. And then this is going to be the Aquatilus, the first Godzilla, and then the Amphibia Godzilla is going to be here, and then there's going to be Ultima is going to be here, and then Terrestrius is going to be over here, and maybe I'll work in the skull over here. It's just kind of poking out here, and then I'm actually going to have Gojira-kun from the puppet show from Gudsy Band is going to be over here.
The Kaiju King 2 says, "Hi, Mr. Frank. I wanted to say thank you for sending me the Mecha Godzilla drawing videos. Also, I want to ask if you would ever come to Connecticut or somewhere around that area. I'd love to meet my favorite artist."
Aw. I mean, yeah, it's really not a question of like wanting to. Like, I want to go to a bunch of. I don't think I've ever been to Connecticut. Of course, now I think about Connecticut, I think about that Game Grumps bit. It's like, hey, my name's Laura, and I'm moving to the big city, Connecticut. Never mind. What's up?
Fisebot asked, in connection with the materials you're using, do you need good materials to make good quality drawings? Because I just use your typical Office Depot pencil and scribe note.
I will say this, and this is something that an art teacher of mine taught me when I was younger. When it comes to art supplies, you really do get what you pay for the most part. Like, it's one of the few industries where if you put in the money, you get really high quality material and supplies. But I know that can be prohibitively expensive. So honestly, just keep doing what's within your budget. Like, there's no reason to like blow your budget on really expensive stuff if you just want to draw. Like, as my career has gone on, I have invested in higher quality stuff, but that's because it's a career investment. If you're just drawing just for the hell of drawing, just draw with whatever you want. I remember I think another art teacher once said, like, it doesn't matter. Like he said, when I was younger, I was determined to make art, even if it was like a stick and a rock. Like you really do. The tools do not make the artist. The tools can help though, but again, it's a question of investment and what you're willing to invest in. I don't know if I like that pose. Yeah, I'm actually impressing myself here because I am not using any references right now. I'm just trying to block out where each Godzilla is gonna fit.
The current, I don't know why it didn't come off. Like, it's still at 200. I haven't seen any other bids for 220. So if you want to bid for 220, then I can put you as the high bid.
When Tao might get it.
Because we'll do, what, an hour? So another 20 minutes? Or do you want to go longer?
We can go a little longer. I like hanging out.
Don't forget, I have my other work meeting at 9.
Oh, okay.
So at the absolute latest,
This is 8:30. 8:45. Okay. Yeah. Did you eat?
Ish.
Did you eat any of that sandwich I got you?
I had a bite, but it was really old.
Oh, it just wasn't warm enough, or it was
no,
just
it was old.
Oh, it wasn't fresh?
No, it wasn't fresh.
Well, that's a pisser.
I
friggin' took the time to stop at QT to get you a barbecue sandwich, and I know how much you like your barbecue sandwiches. I was really proud of myself. Well, I'm sorry that it wasn't a good sandwich.
I mean, usually it is. QT is usually great.
Well, it wasn't like, I don't think it was a very good QT.
Oh.
I think it was like some backwater QT that I stumbled across. Sorry to my QT stands out there, but I've got Godzilla Earth way up here at the top. Oh, Matthew Kuykendall is up at 220.
Oh, nope, that did a T and not a K. There we go.
Awesome. Wintao, if you're still there.
Red Star Father said, I just wanted to mention this from something said way earlier, but Ride Goji and Minus Goji are actually decently different when you have them side by side. I'd say that they're as similar to each other as 84 is to the rest of the Heisei Gojis. You know what?
I mean, speaking honestly, that is true. When I first saw Ride Goji, when I first saw Minus Goji, I was like, that's just Ride Goji. Like, I was actively disappointed. But upon, like, I have the action figures for both of them. I actually have Minus Goji right here, and Ride Godzilla is on the shelf behind me. There are substantial differences. I would say the differences are a little closer to, say, something like, because 84 Goji is really different. I would say is substantially pretty different from the other Heisei Godzillas. I would say it's more of a difference between like Godzilla 2000 and like Kiryu Goji. But yes, you are correct. I think they do have a number of differences.
Five Spec said, would you be interested in Ultraman somehow being added to the Monsterverse?
No, I have no interest in that. I love Ultraman. I don't want the Monsterverse to just become a repository for stuff that people don't care about otherwise. I want Ultraman, and I would be fine with a Godzilla Ultraman crossover of some sort, but not. I don't want Ultraman like showing up in the Monsterverse. There's other aliens. Like I don't know. I don't really like that.
Z Ronnie asked, "Hey, do you remember me from the McAllen Comic Con, the South Texas one?"
09. I recognize that name. I
thought it was Zirani.
Zirani.
I'm sorry.
Well, without your face or your actual name, I would have trouble remembering you, but I do recognize the name 09.
Guess who's in the house?
Fritz
Fun
Oh
House.
Yeah, I saw them earlier, and I meant to comment more on it. Oh,
I saw that.
Yep.
It went up to
We're up to 240. All right. Who's gonna have buyer's remorse?
No.
I really appreciate it, y'all. Really, Asardis. Well, they money to live. We need stupid money to live. Like a bunch of chumps. should have been abolished.
The Kaiju King 2 asked, would you ever consider creating original monsters for Gigabash?
Oh, hell yeah. I floated that idea to them like a year or two ago. But you know, developing monsters for video games is really expensive. It's one of the reasons why there's such a big break between their DLCs, because it's expensive and it's very, and it's not like a hugely selling game either. Like it does okay whenever they have a DLC, but they've only had like 2 DLCs. And I feel so bad for them. I don't think they can sell the Ultraman DLC in Japan. Something to do with the copyright, and yeah, which is a huge bummer because I know there's probably a bunch of Ultraman fans in Japan who'd want to play the game.
And we both got it wrong. It was 09.
I said 09.
Oh, and it says it's Diego.
Okay. I definitely remember. I do remember Diego. I remember a Diego. It also has been a while. If I was able to come back down there, which unfortunately I cannot do South Texas Comic Con this year. I just it conflicts with some other stuff. So I can't do South Texas this year. I should be doing Corpus Christi Comic Con though. Yeah.
Someone else is asking what's the bidding for the art, so let's go through and do that again.
So right now we're at what, 240?
Yep.
Okay, so Wintal's got it at 240.
Say what it is.
Oh, it's the artwork for Godzilla -1 getting the Oscar last night, and I did a quick bit of art for that to celebrate it, and we got so many requests for it. I thought, well, Casson actually suggested let's do an auction.
So just throw your bid by $20 increments in the chat. So if you want to bid 260, just type in 260 and you will be the highest bidder until someone outbids you.
Mm-hmm. So I saw somebody asked, why don't I upload more often? I think it depends on what you time. Mm-hmm. I just don't do videos very often because doing this is kind of difficult with my schedule because I have a lot of work that is NDA, under NDA, and it's really hard for me to like post about it and talk about it and live stream it. So finding something of a decent like scale, I guess I could, if we set this up sometime, I could do a bunch of commissions like this because I have this giant backlog of commissions I need to be working through.
Radstar Father offered that they have a giant Discord full of references for all the various characters. So if you ever need a good character reference and don't have it.
Well, I appreciate that. Typically the most useful thing for me, I mean, I appreciate that. I might take you up on that, Radstar Father, but what I've been relying on a lot are like these. I have all these photo books. These are from the Godzilla store, and they have all these super cool reference photos. And I have an entire cabinet filled with these because I have like every single one they made. So those are great. Sometimes the photos aren't as high resolution as I would prefer for them to be, but I have a bunch of other photo books as well.
LHM97 asks, are you going to review GXK eventually?
Yeah. I'm hoping to review it for oneofus.net because I haven't done a review with them in a long time. But that's going to depend on, that depends on schedules and stuff. If I am not able to get onto that review, I will just upload a video rambling into my YouTube channel.
Yes. Heavenly Sensei said, Matt, would it be okay if I brought a drawing of your work I worked on to sign? I've met you at Alien World and Ingram Park Mall.
Aw, yay, some more San Antonio peeps. Yeah, I'd love that. I've done it before. I've had people bring me art that they've made that's based on my work, and yeah, I don't mind that at all.
And apparently you aren't unknown for doing Rage Select. Pixeled Axel says that they've been watching you on Rage Select. And for everybody else, tell them what that is.
Rage Select is the live it's the Let's Play channel I've been doing for, oh God help me, like 7 years. I've been a co-host on that channel for quite a while. I came on originally as this like a one or two off Godzilla and Transformers consultant, like doing whenever they did those games. and now I'm regular. We're in the middle of doing what is that game? Armored Core. We're doing the new Armored Core, and I actually just got back from Jeff's recording it a little while ago. So yeah, I've been in that. I've been doing Rage Select for a long time.
And Matthew Kuykendall said, "Do you have any plans to come to the Southeast for any conventions?"
I think the closest thing I can think of is Dragon Con. I do Dragon Con every year, which is in Hotlanta. But outside of that, I'm trying to remember. I tried to reach out to a couple of new conventions this year, but a couple of them I've just gotten static on. Like I reached out to Anime Expo in Los Angeles, but apparently there's something's going on behind the scenes with them, and like I've a lot of people I know are like not happy with them right now. I'd love to go because apparently I like going into LA and I want to go to more shows out there.
Jose Garza just jumped in and said hi.
Hey, Jose. Yay.
Guess how many viewers we're at? I'm covered in so you can't
23.
Look. Almost 600.
Ah! Go away. Get out of here. I feel like that ice cream sandwich video where it's just like, get out of my house. Get.
LMH97 asked, "Have you ever been to the Great Ohio Toy Show in Xenia, Ohio?"
I don't think I've been to Ohio before. No, but I mean, I'm always open to exploring other venues, other shows. I have my favorites that I like to stick to, but I'm looking to branch out a little bit. Heroes Con is one I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's apparently a very art-centric show, and I think their registration went up, but it may be too late now. I think that's every Godzilla. Yeah. Oh, okay.
5-Spec asked, "Best movie from the Shin Japan Heroes series?"
Shin Godzilla.
You didn't let me finish the sentence where you started.
Or what was the sentence?
No, that was it. You just as soon as I finished, you were like,
"Well, I mean, granted, I haven't seen all of the Evangelion rebuilds, but I think Shin Godzilla is the most solid and kind of well made of all of the 3 live action ones. Shin Ultraman works as like a kind of a parody almost. It works as a little more as like a parody or a comedy almost. And I personally found Shin Kamen Rider to be a little bit self-indulgent and kind of long-winded and not. I did not think it was as good as. I think Anno already made the best version of Shin Kamen Rider, and that was his Cutie Honey movie from like 2004. I freaking love that Cutie Honey movie, even though it's kind of dumb. Got you can't really see it, but I got Shin Godzilla way up here at the top. Oh, thank you, Scrapzilla. I really enjoyed doing Metal Wolf Chaos. It's that was a one. It was a while ago. That was a few years back.
Question: Are we going to have any conventions in North Carolina or California?
Well, North Carolina, that's where Heroes Con is, and I'd like to do that one. I don't know if we have time for it in our schedule.
When is it? Is it summer?
It's late summer, or maybe early fall. It might be in September.
King of Weird asks, "What do you consider some of the funniest moments in Godzilla history?"
When Godzilla blows a hole to the center of the earth, to the hollow earth in Godzilla versus Kong. I know you hate that scene.
He did a video of me in the theater and posted of just me going over the physics of how fucking impossible that
I think the funniest part was when I turned to Alan and I asked him about it, and I just heard, you could just hear you go, behind me.
Because Alan just shit stirred.
Yeah, Alan was just like, well, it's about the gravity well. Well, you and I talked about how much better it is and makes more sense that the hollow earth is not literally in the center of the earth. It's like a pocket dimension that's like parallel to our earth.
Keep talking.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, funniest moments are like, I don't think people talk about it enough, but when Godzilla goes like that, when he's fighting Mechagodzilla and he like tries to blast Mechagodzilla in 1974, Mechagodzilla takes off, and Godzilla's like, "Darn it!" We got a lot of people.
Are there any forms of media Godzilla hasn't broached that you'd like to see? My vote is for Godzilla TTRPG of some kind. Ask Picky Peeves. Hey, Picky Peeves.
Hey, Big Beeves. Musical. We really need a Godzilla musical.
He's already got that dumb dance he can throw in.
Yeah. There have been like some like off-Broadway musicals, I think. I think there was one I remember hearing about that was like called Bringing Godzilla to Dinner or something. It was like a person who was dating Godzilla, and the person doing the lines for Godzilla was standing on a ladder. um,
When Tao asks if we know Hiroshi, yes, we do. They've been friends for years, and when he comes and does conventions in Texas, he stays here at the house with us.
Yeah, Hiroshi Kanatani-san. He's an old friend. I have absolutely known him for a long time. Keep the train going. I'm gonna grab some references.
Jose Garza asked, "Are you drawing different Godzillas as you did last time?" Yeah, because these are all the new ones from the.
Yeah, these are all the Godzillas from 2016 to now to 2024. So it's a companion piece to the 65th anniversary one that I did, 60th anniversary rather, that I did back in 2014, which was 10 years ago. And I can feel my cells dying when I say that.
I hope this is a pure sweet person who doesn't know, but LMH97 asked, okay, for one, I'm not Miss Frank. We are not married, but I am not a big Godzilla fan. I didn't know anything other than generically what Godzilla was when I first met Matt in 2019 randomly at a party.
Mm-hmm.
And he has since been showing me the whole thing, like all of it. And there's been, favorites I've had and ones that I wasn't too crazy about. And just sharing his love of this thing that I had
no context.
Like, we never watched foreign films in my house. Like, not that we're anti-foreign film. We were just, poor white folks. And, well, you get Fox News and cartoons. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been showing me all of that. And I've been sharing my love of Star Trek with him and going through all the series.
Yeah, I've really been enjoying the Star Trek journey. We just finished Voyager, which was... I say there was nothing but love. It was a little rough. It had, but I came away from it. I think Janeway is like my favorite captain, yes. Just because she's
coffee in that nebula.
Well, she's also, if like Ripley from Aliens was like a ship, like a proper Starfleet captain.
Pixeled Alex, yes, DS9 is hands down. I will fight anybody. The best Star Trek. The best Star Trek, the best characters, the best storylines, except the mirror universe shit. Fuck that.
The mirror universe stuff is a little weird.
I just skipped those episodes, but no, it is the best.
I would say, I'd say, and I've said this before, I don't necessarily have a favorite. I think DS9 is the most the quality is the most consistent in DS9, but I think Next Gen has the higher highs and the lower lows.
Oh, 09 said they are the one who bought your King of the Monsters art.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
A 5-spec asks, what is your favorite unused Godzilla kaiju?
Unused, like I guess a Godzilla that never made it to screen.
I guess, like, don't pick Bagan. That's cheating.
Yeah, because Bagan yeah, that's a good point. Although I will say Bagan is probably one of the most nostalgic for me because he was in the SNES game. I would have been really curious to have seen what the Griffin could have been like in that in the Godzilla 1994 script that never got made. I would have been really curious to see what they would have done with that.
Again, update for folks. We are taking bids for the art. The current high bid is when Tao at 240. We are doing increments of 20. If you would like to bid, you can put a bid in the chat for 260 or whatever. If you want to just outbid everyone and throw a 500 up there, it's happened before. Go for it, and then I will change you the highest bid.
I'm seeing. I saw Kaiju United just chimed in. Ooh. Hey, man.
Okay.
Kaiju United over there doing the Lord's work.
Sean the Nerd asks, you've probably answered this before, but as an artist, what's your favorite Godzilla to draw?
I mean, every Godzilla has its own challenges. Like, I have really not drawn Singular Point Godzilla very much, but he's really cool. I really like that design. The one that I've kind of memorized how to draw is Godzilla 2000, and I could do a good Heisei Godzilla kind of off the cuff. I think really one of the ones I've had the most fun to draw is the original maquette version of Godzilla 2000 that I used for the Rage Across Time cover. I really enjoy that version.
Radstar Father wants us to come to a Georgia convention. Said there are plenty of artistic art kids. I'm one I say this as if I'm not one of them, that gobble up your art so fast. There's a nerd shop here playing it fun with some lovely folks, and I'm sure you'd love.
Aw. Well, I mean, if you're in Georgia, like that's where Dragon Con is, and we try to make a point to do Dragon Con as often as we can. We did it. I took casting for the first time last year, and you really seem to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Picky Peas is thanking us for the Godzilla Under the Table sale we had, since G-Fest does not allow
prints. Well, they don't. You have to have a written license. I don't know what Godzilla Guy rate is.
If you want to buy more prints, because there are new ones since that, I am putting in the chat the link to our store. Everything goes out within a week.
Yeah. Yeah, I made that store in about 2 hours.
It's a great interface. Like I just been doing kind of my own thing, so we don't have to pay anybody. But it's so far it's really great. It interfaces with PayPal, which means it also interfaces with Stamps.com, which makes me stuffing all the orders makes it so much easier. Oh, they want us to come to Arkansas.
Arkansas.
I don't. With all of the eggs are now babies.
Well,
Texas next.
Yeah, I mean that's not necessarily the fault of the people who live there.
No, absolutely not. There's a small group of very, very loud people.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite Millennium Godzilla design from LHM 97?
I think Godzilla 2000 is the one that is my personal favorite, just because it's colorful and it looks like something I would draw. But I of course love GMK, because GMK is my favorite Godzilla movie, and it's my favorite Godzilla suit, I think, because it's so cool and well made. Oh, yeah.
And King of Weird asks, what is your favorite classic Universal monster movie?
I haven't seen as many as I would like to admit. I've heard good things about Bride of Frankenstein. I need to actually sit down and watch it. But I mean, the original Creature in a Black Lagoon is like a classic, is an absolute classic.
Oh, I just saw that. We had Kaiju United with us. Hey guys, I saw a tiny bit of y'all stream last night. So that still that y'all shared of right after the win, when you had 9 different people, including Donnie, which we love
we love
very
Donnie.
Much. We love Donnie. That was just great. It's just a blur of all these people jumping around. And I think one person had a shot. And I'm like, why doesn't all of y'all have alcohol sitting there ready to go, or your favorite non-alcoholic beverage?
Yeah. It's like you're drinking in celebration or you're drinking in sadness. Either way, you're drinking.
Tell me the story, or tell them the story you told me earlier about them not even wanting to be
around. It said allegedly the president of didn't bother submitting Godzilla -1 for an Oscar because he was like, "There's no chance it's going to win, so why even bother?" And apparently somebody in the company was just like, "It's only $200. Just pay for the consideration and let's go." Oh, let's go. Oh.
is it? Okay, is that a spammer with multiple accounts? This is Godzilla guy, right?
Oh, Godzilla guy is a person we know from. We met them at G Fest.
God, like six
and it's a
different
bunch
people
of
are
them.
yelling,
It's
and I'm like,
it's
what?
Godzilla guy and his friends. They're coming in, so it's not spam.
Okay.
They're
I was just making sure.
They're just yeah. I saw that. I saw that, and I was like, huh. I see. I come from when I think of raid, I got a little worried for a second because I was just like, oh no, are they gonna try to SWAT us?
Well, Godzilla guy said, massive respect for you, Matt. Love your work. It was great meeting you at G-Fest.
Yay! Yeah, no, I remembered really having fun with Godzilla guy. I think we played that big arcade game together.
Oh yeah. Spectropedia asks, will you ever do more Spectre-Man art?
Oh yeah. There's a possibility, but the part of the problem with Spectre-Man is that the comic, it had very limited distribution, and I don't think it made any money. So I don't know if we'll be doing any more Spectre-Man stuff. I would like to, and there aren't opportunities to do some Spectre-Man stuff. It's just I can't guarantee that we're going to do any more.
And Jose Garza is in the chat and says, I still have my first commission from you, Matt. Godzilla Neo from South Texas Comic Con in 2018. It's special.
Oh, yay.
Jade needs a hug. Says, sorry, can't stay long, but I'm glad -1 won. Oh my God. And this auction looks so cool. Aww. And someone asked an update on what you're currently drawing.
So this is this is a companion print with the 60th anniversary print I did back in 2014. That had like Godzilla 2014 down here, and it had Godzilla 54 up at the top. With this one, it's going to be Shin Godzilla going all the way down to Evolved Godzilla from this year, because there are so many Godzillas just in the last 10 years that I could fill a whole print with it. So yeah.
In the chat, I just put the link to the first print, which is the 60 years. And so it has all the previous Godzillas. And so these are going to be the ones after that were not included in that.
Yeah, because people were like, you need to update that print. And I would love to if I could make a 2 foot long, a 4 foot long print, which I'm not going to. So I thought it would be better just to make a companion print.
Apparently, we got so many folks, close to 700. Lots of folks are having some lag issues.
Oh my goodness!
But
I mean, it could also be my computer might just be struggling. I need to get a new graphics card.
The Kaiju King 2 asked, if Godzilla and Gamera were to cross over, which monster do you think they should fight? My choice would be Bagan.
That really would be the fandom ideal, wouldn't it? I think that it would be cool to see Godzilla and Gamera fight like a giant swarm of Gauss or something. That's really all I can imagine at the moment. I mean, or make a new monster, or have them fight Destroyer. I don't know.
Alden Talbert asked, what non-Toho and non-Kong movie monsters would you want to see in the Monsterverse, and why?
I want to see the giant ants from them. Giant ants from them. I'm really interested because apparently there's a remake for them being made. And
wait. That would be hilarious if they were to kind of weave that in, that all of the ants are thems.
Yeah, somebody. I think it was Annabelle actually did a fake poster for them and made it they them in that big scary monster movie font. It's like, oh, they're coming for your conservative values.
Catch says that piece looks great.
Thank you.
They can't see you drawing, so move it up.
Oh yeah, working on Evolved Godzilla. His big dumb mouth.
Speaking of, opinions on Evolved Godzilla so far, Matt?
I friggin' love Evolved Godzilla. I love I love that he's Pank. I love that he's like kind of a skinny boy. Well, he's got that weird caved in stomach, and I don't know quite how to. No, it's fine. He looks like Godzilla I would design, basically. All spiky.
Oh, Convoy! Awesome.
Oh man, I haven't seen Vector Convoy in a while.
Which Godzilla is always the most challenging / frustrating for you to draw? For me, it's 2014 Godzilla. Don't know why. I can just never get his face right.
I would say that honestly, some of the Showa Godzillas are really challenging because their faces are kind of puffy, and they just have such distinctive looks that it's hard, in my personal art style struggles with them a little bit. I've gotten better over the years. So yeah, I'd say some of the Showa Godzillas kind of elude me a little bit.
And Kaiju Enjoyer asks, what is your favorite Godzilla design period?
Godzilla design.
We got to jump in the bid to 260s. I'm behind in the chat, y'all, because y'all are going crazy. So if there's a higher one, I'll get to it in a second.
Thomas Rowland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the Oscar bid. Yeah, sorry we can't get to. We may not be able to get to everybody's comments, guys, because I truly
filtering.
I truly did not expect there to be this many people, because we've done streams in the past where it's
like 40 people, 50 people.
Yeah, which is so good. I'm just like, it'd be nice to see our old friends and stuff. And now it's just like, hey, there's too many. That is very cool, though. It's very gratifying. It's funny. I needed a reference for Evolved Godzilla, and I was just Googling it, and I just found my shirt design I did for Ghost X Ghost. Actually, really proud of this shirt. I should hopefully be getting a few for my own purposes, but unfortunately, I believe that one is not going to be restocked. That's kind of how Brock operates.
Where was I at?
Stop it. Stop it. You shut up. I don't know if anybody heard that.
My little kitty.
Your single litter kitten?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wish I could bookmark where I am in the chat.
Yeah, it becomes tricky. Well, I'm just so glad. I mean, I think this is going to pay for itself, because I'm currently streaming to my Facebook, my YouTube, my Twitter, and my Instagram, and my Twitch.
There we go. And Slim Ratty MX asks, what's your favorite toy from the recent Playmates lineup? You had to ask.
Oh, man. Yes. Like, the remote control one is great.
That's what I thought you were going to go for, was the remote control one.
No, it's this gross thing. We have such sights to show you.
Oh, it's so disgusting.
Wait, hold on. It's at that. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can't pull him out of his skin, because I want to do the thing I did in my YouTube video. Excuse me while I halt the stream. Oh, God, it's so gross. You like my grunting noises for everybody? This is what you came here for? Come here. All right. So you have this, like, you have the little Godzilla, but this is the best part. The best part is this like, my own. It's like
a caterpillar casting.
Yeah, it's
turned into a butterfly.
So gross. It's like, who approved this? Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Cats are fighting. But yeah, so
wrestling.
They're wrestling. Hold on.
Okay, you can make everybody's Twitch. Rapstar Father asks, have you ever given animation a go?
No, the opportunity never really presented itself. I mean, I did some animation like back in college, and it was just like really basic, like not in college, I did like high school, back when like CGI was like in its nascent infancy. But I have not done any since. Not that the inclination is not there. It's just, I think I just prefer comics, because animation, comics is tedious enough as it is. Animation seems like it would probably kill me.
I don't know if you could draw the same thing over and over again without going crazy. Like, you get tired of current things you're working on.
It's true. Why do I have the Commissars in Town stuck in my head?
I don't know what that is.
Don't turn around.
Oh, yeah. What's the easiest Godzilla to draw? Asked Golden Goji.
The easiest to draw, probably Heisei Godzilla, because he's got comparatively clean lines and a really simple texture. He's got a simple unified texture. His face is really easy to memorize. So I'd say probably Heisei Godzilla.
Well, let's show what we were bidding on. So we can get some bids. Y'all throw some numbers in there. So we are bidding for this art that Matt did last night after the win for Godzilla -1 minus WON. Get it?
No, you know,
Yeah.
I think Emma made the same joke.
I saw multiple times.
Yeah.
But we're putting bids on this. So if you would like to bid, as you can see on screen, the current bid is at $260. Do in increments of 20, or you can jump up. So the minimum bid next would be $280, or you can jump it to whatever you want if you don't want to hang around forever and just push everybody else out of the pool. Because we got about half an hour before we have to literally go, because I have a work meeting at 9:00 CST.
Yeah. This is not Caston's only job. So
I have today actually all of my jobs came together. I had a therapy client, I had stuff for you to do, and then my other job, the company I own tonight. So all of them can, usually I can separate them out into days and they're not all at once, but yeah, I'm gonna be exhausted tonight.
It's a rich full day.
Yes. Godzilla King of the Monsters 1 asks, curious question, how do you find the proper references for the creatures you don't have the figures for? I'm doing a 70th anniversary piece and it's kicking my butt finding references, but you seem to have your references in check. Pull out the books.
I have a giant stack of these books that I got from the Godzilla store. I mean, really, like a lot of Godzilla stuff, there are great photo books out there. You do have to dig around and find ones that actually have decent photo references in them, though. Sometimes they can be a little hard to find. I think Radstar Father has a Discord with a bunch of Godzilla references, a bunch of kaiju references.
They offered earlier, so you can, ask them. I don't know if y'all are on the same platform and you can see their chat, but yeah, they have a giant. There you go. They're asking for your socials, and they can give you what you need.
Yeah.
What was the other question? Where we go? Gigantus -1. Hey Matt, how do you draw Showa and Heisei Godzilla skin? I've always struggled with it. What's your trick?
You know what? I'm gonna do something. We're gonna put a pause on this because I actually got a request for this sort of thing from Chris Wallace. A few days ago, and I didn't follow up on it.
Oh, on your PC.
He was earlier.
Oh,
yeah.
What was his screen name?
I don't remember. I saw. But I recognized the
moniker.
The moniker. And the little icon. Don't show that one. And okay, so actually, I'm finding a different page. So I'm gonna find a sketchbook page, and I'm gonna show how I draw Godzilla skin. I'm gonna do a little art class. Yeah.
You got a little book over here.
Yeah, give me the little book. Next time we'll get some music set up.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got a little sketchbook here. I'm gonna show you guys like kind of how I do Godzilla skin. So different depending on the Godzilla. So let's say we have, I'm going to do his shoulder, like his, yeah. Here's his arm. This is going to be one of like the Showa Godzillas. So the Showa Godzillas tend to have a slightly rougher texture. This is just like a really, really simple texture. And they have very smooth shoulders too. So they don't have like the more defined shoulders of like, say, Heisei Godzilla. So, okay, don't stop getting precious with that.
Yeah, just show the skin.
So the most simple approach is to kind of like this, where you have just these, you're just stacking little shadows on top of each other. This is a little more of a Heisei Godzilla approach, but if you're just doing it like a relatively quick drawing like this, you kind of get the idea. I want to make it's also tricky because you want the light to kind of bend around it to make it, you're trying to pick my words here. You're trying to make it look three-dimensional, and the way you do that is with shadows, with shading.
And so you're drawing the shadows and not the scales.
Yes, that's like a quick and dirty way to to do Godzilla's skin because, you know, who's got the time?
What about one of the other Godzilla types?
And then like yeah, so this is a good kind of universal Godzilla skin type, but then like for example, Godzilla 2000's skin type is these almost these perfect little stretched out diamonds like this, because it's supposed to be more scale like. See what I mean? And then Millennium Godzilla also has little raised spikes kind of peppered throughout his skin. And then I'm trying to remember
what about the Godzilla that looks like he's tree bark?
Well, that would be something like the original Godzilla, and that's going to be a little more staccato, and a little like you're getting smaller chunks. The problem is that I don't have like a shape to work from, and I'm a little nervous because I haven't really taught a lot of art classes, you know. But the idea is that you'll start with okay, sorry. I'm doing art school 101 here, and I'm kind of stuttering a lot. So, okay. So I have to kind of explain a little art school 101. So you have your light source. If your light source is coming from this direction, here's Godzilla's skin. You know, you maybe make it a little rougher looking. And so the scales are going to cluster together. The further away from the light source you're going to get, closer to where the shadows are. And you want Godzilla's shadows to have texture. So, you know, you're going to have.
But what do you do with the scales where the light is hitting them?
If you want quick and dirty, you're going to space out the shadows a little bit more. And you can even like go to the point where you're just. So this is what I like to call the Nishikawa technique, because Shinji Nishikawa is one of the most prolific Godzilla artists in the world, and this is how he does it. He just does these shadows that create the illusion of texture and the illusion of scales.
Man, you got them locked in. The comments have like stopped. Everybody's just wrapped watching you teaching. Quit it.
So it kind of depends on just what texture you're going for, and kind of what what style.
What brush is that? Someone asked.
This is a zebra brush pen. This is the medium brush pen. Hey,
Quiet. Lay your ass down.
And it's really the medium one is really versatile. But it doesn't really allow for fine detail work. If you want fine detail work, I have a pile of art supplies over here because I've been using my Copics a lot.
Vector Convoy's actually taking notes, they said.
Oh, good. I mean, this should be archived on my YouTube channel. At least I think it will be.
We could do like little 5-minute videos of you doing specific type things. Just, you know, have it up there.
And this is another technique I picked up from Art Adams, which is I'm the dollar store Art Adams, apparently, which is the highest compliment anyone's ever paid me, and that guy wanted me to die. So this is sort of the Art Adams technique of like, I'll do a really big close-up of a Godzilla scale here. Like this is like one big chonky scale. Actually, could you grab me, see the Godzilla skin that's in that box there?
The display one?
Yeah.
The foam one?
Yeah, the foam one. Yeah, so I will show you guys a little more like I was saying, this is the Art Adams technique of kind of using these cross hatches. This is for if you want some really serious detail work. This is if you're doing like really close up and you're getting each individual scale. And so I'm using cross hatching in order to. I didn't realize I was going to do like an art lesson today. That's why I'm a little scatterbrained.
It's very popular. Like seriously, the chat is almost dead.
Yeah, because everybody left.
No!
I'm just kidding. So I'm actually got a nice little reference right here. Will I draw a picture of Godzilla fighting Spectre Man? No, but maybe when my commissions reopen. So this here is an actual chunk of Godzilla skin. This was made by Keizo Murase, who is a Godzilla suit maker. He started working with Toho, I think, as far back as Godzilla versus King Kong versus Godzilla. He just turned 80 last year. And this was a gift from him and his protege Daisuke Sato. He's even got his cute little sticker on the back. So I think we should be able to see. Yes,
Yeah,
we can see
all
everybody.
chat.
Yeah. You know, I can't emphasize the importance of like real life references. Learning to draw from life is probably the greatest gift you can give yourself. Because when you learn how to draw from life, you can work backwards from that to create your own stylization. But you can see here, you know, using this light source as a direct reference, you can see how you've got this scale here, and there's a little bit of scale underneath it, but then like you've got the shadows between the scales, and then there's another one. And this is a very Showa era Godzilla skin. I believe Sato-san told me that this is the skin pattern from King Kong versus Godzilla. I should talk to Toho about doing like Godzilla art YouTube videos or something. Like that would be really fun. And so you kind of get the idea. Now this light source is coming directly. It's coming directly on. So the effect is a little more like the valleys of a mountain. I'm sorry if it's really dark. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, you got to be mindful of how the light wraps around the scales. And like I said, you have these that's true, Ricardo. Little bits of it are coming off because it is like, well, it's not made to last. Like this Godzilla skin, it's made out of foam and latex and stuff, so it's not like made to last. But yeah, so you kind of see what I'm talking about with this, and you know, you've got your shorthand for like wide shots and distance shots and stuff of Godzilla, and then you have these tighter close-ups where you're essentially drawing a bunch of sausages laying next to each other. But you can make them smoother. Like I would say the smooth Godzilla skin here, this is like a little closer to Heisei Godzilla, because I always perceived him as being a little more smooth skinned.
He shaves.
It's true. I'm trying to think of the slogan of like Shik Hydro for women or something. Shik Hydro for kaiju.
Metric Combo is like, bruh, just casually pulling out a chunk of Godzilla skin.
Actually, there's another bit I bet people will like to see. It's on the other side in that other one. Yeah. I'm getting hungry. So yeah, so you can see that's kind of the Art Adams style Heisei Godzilla skin. So and so this is actually a chunk of Final Wars Godzilla's skin. I believe this is a surviving chunk from one of the filming suits. This was given to me by Shinichi Wakasa, who's also really cool. And again, you can see how the shadows, and one way to do it is to kind of block out shadows and kind of knock your eyes out of focus. So you can really kind of see like how the light bends around each individual scale. So I feel like I've been talking about this for a while, but yes, Armor King Godzilla did win an Oscar. So I should really do like maybe I talk to Toho. We can get like a Godzilla art stream going.
Henshin John asked, any advice for artists who want to make a career and are too stubborn to do something else? Asking for a friend. Oh,
okay. Well, if you're too stubborn to do anything other than art, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be an artist.
Do you know you will be poor?
I mean, that's one of the reasons why like we're auctioning this off is because like we got to make rent, you know. So yeah, I would say that you've really got to harness that manic energy of wanting to be an artist. And that's one of the most relevant pieces of advice I think I can give.
And you will not have normal work hours. No. Matt, when I first met him, was doing 70 hours a week because he's an artist, not a business manager.
Yep.
And so he was kind of running the business. I mean, I'm not against you or anything. You're not taught this. but didn't know really how to run a business. And as an artist, especially if you're freelance and don't work for a company, you not only have to be the artist, you have to be the bookkeeper, you have to be the contract man, you have to do all of it. And so you're going to be working a fuck ton all of the time.
Pardon the language.
Oh, sorry. And it's just, it will become your life. Taking vacations is very difficult, something you have to plan months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an easy life, but for Matt, it's very fulfilling. And so it's worth the struggle for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Yeah, I mean, it's extreme. If you really truly don't see yourself doing anything else, then you pretty much got to do it, and it will be very difficult. And you need to make peace with the difficult aspects of being an artist, because you will learn to appreciate the struggle, because it will hopefully help you make you into a better artist. But like I said, you have to learn to appreciate that struggle.
Several people, including Tyrant Infinity and Picky Peas, really reiterated how much they would love for you to have a drawing series where you talk about drawing Godzilla and going over anatomy.
Well, there you go.
What is the most underrated kaiju in the Godzilla franchise, in your personal opinion?
Most underrated kaiju, probably my favorite, which is Varan. Whoa, Thomas is up to 320.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I feel bad for Wintao. He got up super early.
Oh, I don't know if he's still here.
Yeah, he may have pieced out. If Wintao, if you're still listening, I'll hit you up via email, and maybe we can send him something. I just feel bad. Not bad enough to let him have the art, but
so if anybody else wants to up our new highest bid of 320, just throw it in the comments. And if that's too rich for your blood, but you still want stuff from Matt, I am posting again in the chat. There it goes. There's the chat. To our store, and everything goes out within a week. So feel free to click on that. We are constantly adding new stuff, and I just scanned in 60 originals from like
Space Godzilla and Rulers of Earth.
There you go, and a couple of other standalones that as soon as we get watermarks on them will be posted in the store, so you can still get some original art if it's not this particular one.
By the way, there was a question earlier about whether or not I'm doing more IDW stuff, and like I said, I have the 70th anthology coming out. Cross your fingers, because there might be something else in the works. I can't talk about it, but oh man, if we get to do it, it's going to be so cool.
Wintao just went up to 340.
Oh man, that's so flattering. I really kind of get a little emotional.
Aww.
People care, or people give a shit.
Matt might talk a big game, but he is really just a normal dude and is very much appreciative of the fandom and does not think himself above any of y'all. And so he's very, very grateful for this.
You got to be a real dickhead for me to think I'm above you. Maybe we can swear a little bit. I don't know. I think it depends. I just, with that many people, I worry about Twitch.
Almost 800. I think this is the biggest stream we've ever had.
I think it's the biggest stream. Well, since there's so many people, go follow Rage Select. Go to Rage Select on YouTube and go give Jeff a follow. I am on Sequential Saturdays right now with Jeff, where we are playing through all of Armored Core.
But it's not Godzilla, Matt.
Well, for the 12% of you that might care about something other than Godzilla, go check out Rage Select on YouTube.
Okay, I might get your name wrong. I'm sorry. I'm just going to do it phonetically. Average Jimmy.
Where?
Right here.
Average Meh.
Okay, there we go. That sounds better.
Average meh.
I
Yeah.
think for me, someone who wants to draw Godzilla more, I struggle with his brows and his mammal-like snout sometimes.
You know, honestly, this brow and the mammal snout were aspects that I like the most, because it gives him that little bit of relatable mammalian trait. What are you doing?
She's
Okay,
nesting.
she's just nesting. Okay. Silly girl.
Picky Peeves. If Godzilla's a theropod and Anguirus is an ankylosaur, are there any other dinosaurs you could see working as a kaiju?
You know, I'm reminded of the back in the kaiju combat days when I designed or helped design like there must have been like 70 monsters, and we had a lot of really cool dinosaur monsters. Like there was one that was like a carnivorous triceratops, and like because the thing is like I don't think it's enough to just take a dinosaur or take an existing animal and just make it big. I think a cool monster is something that's like Anguirus isn't just an ankylosaurus; it's like a carnivorous ankylosaurus. So it's more like a giant, like armored crocodile or something. So I think it just like, but I mean, like a giant Therizinosaurus would be cool, like some kind of Therizino mutant. I think that would be dope.
Gigantus -1 asked, "What is the most fun you have working on a project?"
Oh man, that's a good question. All projects start out fun and then kind of turn into a slog because
That's ADHD.
That's my ADHD. That's like that I'm having to like fight my way through. To, but I'd say it's more accurate to say like which projects are really creatively fulfilling. I think Space Godzilla was definitely one of those. It was really creatively fulfilling.
Referring back to our previous conversation about Star Trek, he got the story idea after watching DS9. So if you watch DS9 and you read the Space Godzilla, you'll see there's some themes there that are repeated and exaggerated on.
Yes, very much exaggerated. I think you said you didn't like it.
What?
The Space Godzilla comic?
No. I liked it. There was just some violence in it, that like with the baby. It
Oh,
was just
yeah.
really sad. I'm not saying I didn't like it. It was just some sad stuff. Just that's the movie we watched the other night. What was it?
Damsel.
Yes, great storyline, but man, there's too much animal violence.
Well, that's the problem with something like Space Godzilla is it's essentially a horror story because when horror stories are like, you know, the good guys don't win.
Yuki asked, how do you draw Tokyo SOS Godzilla? Do you have any tips?
Look at it. Well, it's kind of like what I was talking about earlier, you know, Tokyo SOS Godzilla's scales are a little more jagged and a little more diamond shaped, whereas, you know, the rest, I don't know what that even means. Whereas, like, it's just very jagged, and you need to kind of keep that in mind. It's so interesting because a lot of my advice for art kind of comes back down to basic like art 101, because it's really hard to talk about how to draw Godzilla, because what's important is you learn how to draw, period. And when you learn like the basics of how to draw and educate yourself or take classes, the basis of how to draw from real life, they make everything else so much easier. So
when Tao asks, what's your favorite toy manufacturer, Sofubi to be specific?
They're very nostalgic for me. They're light, and sometimes you get fun detail, even though they're not like super great for reference. You still get like, I don't know, and there's something about them that I really like. I like a fun soft vinyl Bandai. But there are certain Sofubis, like high end Sofubis, I really like. I just don't have a particular favorite creator. M Ichigo, M1, you know, they do great Sofubis. They're really cool and really stylish.
Before I get to the next question, we got about 10 minutes left in the stream before I have to run, and Matt really can't do the chat by himself.
Yeah.
So our current bid for the Godzilla award is at $340. If you would like to bid more than that, doing $20 increments, so just throw it in the chat. And when we hit $845, then whoever's the highest bid gets it.
Rats Our Father brought up a really good point about like just doing an overlay and basically tracing the suit. Like tracing existing artwork is an option I didn't have growing up. I mean, I traced stuff, but or you look at direct references for stuff, but nowadays you can use Photoshop and you can draw directly on top of a photo reference. Not that I recommend that as like a final, a final, I almost said final solution. I don't recommend that as like, if you want to be like a professional artist, using direct references is fine, but a lot of people can usually tell.
Don't
when
screenshot a movie and draw over it.
Yeah, that's been a point
practice.
Yes, that is for practice. Like drawing over screenshots and drawing over photos, like, yeah, it's good for practice.
Vector Convoy, any advice on how to get noticed by companies like IDW? Asking as someone who wants to be a comic artist, and everyone I want to work for aren't currently taking applications.
I think my best advice for getting, I mean, the thing is that don't hinge all your hopes on drawing for one company. Because like you said,
you'll never be able to make rent.
You'll never make rent. So the best option is to build your audience online, and focus on like drawing what you want to draw and being really good at it and building your audience. And then, like, if you go to conventions and you meet some editors or meet some other artists and stuff and form those connections, that could be, because the comic industry is like any other industry in the entertainment and arts industry. It's about who you know.
Yep, it's about who you know. So you gotta go to conventions, talk to people. Cold texting, cold emailing is not going to get you many places.
Yeah, that doesn't tend to work.
And they don't take applications. It's not like you send an application IDW to be an artist or any of the other big ones. It is, they typically come to you.
They used to.
Yeah, well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
But they'll come to you. So the way we have gotten new baby artists into the industry is that if you are good enough, then find an artist that you know and say, hey, can I do inks for you? Or hey, can I do, color flats for you?
I'd love to do a variant cover for something if you're really ambitious.
And if that's how you connect your name. Like Matt, he doesn't have children, but he adopts baby artists that he really likes and helps them in their careers. Like, hey, work on this project with me, because Matt has a lot of choices of who works on books with him. Like, it's up to him who the colorist is, who the inkers are going to be. So just, you got to hop your name to somebody else, and eventually you can stand on your own. And at least 2 different artists I know of have started as kind of your protege and then got a book to themselves.
Yeah, I remember Christian Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
He actually managed to get some official Godzilla work, and I wouldn't say I necessarily built those connections for him, but I helped him cut his teeth on comics work by inking Redman for me. So I'm very happy about that.
Picky Peas has a question for me. As someone who's been wanting to get into Star Trek and is going in fresh beyond the Abrams movies, where should I start? First off, that's not Star Trek.
The Abrams movies really don't represent
of those. Like the movies are not. Sorry, cousin. The movies are not Star Trek. They are Michael Bay explosions. That's not Star Trek. It is start with Star Trek: The Next Generation. Do know that the first 3 seasons they're still trying to fill out the characters. So there will be some rough things, some cringy things, but it gives you a lot of depth. Let's start with The Next Generation, then do DS9, and then Voyager, and then on to like the new stuff. If you can't really get into the old art styles, start with Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, or maybe Strange New Worlds. Did you say that?
Yeah,
already?
That's what I meant. Sorry, not Discovery. Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, Discovery is a rough start. I would say Strange New Worlds is probably a good jumping off point.
We've got 3 minutes left. So, is there anybody else who wants to beat the bid of $340?
That is Sea Guns or at Starfather.
Sea Guns.
That's Christian Gonzalez.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah. And I'm also working with Ashlyn Vasquez, who's another artist. And I actually tried to get her on a Godzilla cover, and I just couldn't make it happen. But I'm hoping I can give her some other cover work at some point, and hopefully that'll help her. Oh yeah, and I've been working with Roberto Rivera a fair bit, and he he's been getting invited to more cons and stuff too. So I don't know how much of that is my influence, but it's nice though.
Well, giving baby artists the confidence to, you know, stand behind their work, because that's a lot of it. You just feel like, oh man, my shit's not really good at all and whatnot. But that's your opinion. It could be very different for a lot of other people. They might like your style, no matter what your style is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Godzilla Reacts. Bagan already returned to the franchise. He's in Godziban. I don't know if he'll ever be in an actual movie. I think Toho is like really trying to figure out what they're going to do next after -1.
Would you be willing to do comms for novel covers?
Commissions for novel covers. I've done it before.
Yeah, same as commission list.
Yeah, it's just it's that would be a professional gig.
Oh, that one, gotcha.
Yeah. We have to figure out how to get it to not be mirrored like that. It's so weird.
Well, the thing is, I can't scroll this. I can scroll this one.
No. I was talking about the video.
Got it. I had to reverse it. I'm sure somewhere in camera settings you could do that.
We have blank cover commissions.
Yeah, Slorga Steve, if you go to the website, I will post the link again. If you go to his Big Cartel website and go to blank covers, there's 6 or 7 different blank covers to choose from, which means you also get a commission.
Mm-hmm. You can be proud of your stuff and show to family.
Oh, right at the end. Thomas Rowland went up to 360.
360. So Wentao, are you still there?
We got 1 minute left if you want to top that bid.
Cassie's got to get ready for her other for a meeting, and I need to eat something. You need to eat something too.
I'll be fine. It's just an hour.
Yeah. Sadako versus Godzilla. I don't know. Sadako might just creep him out enough. Sadako will probably just make him leave.
Another one for your favorite Godzilla design.
Probably that not Bam Presto, but the first take on Godzilla 2000. I mean, I like Godzilla 2000 in general. I like the magenta and green. Kind of like how Godzilla Evolved is getting up there though. I really like Godzilla Evolved. But all Godzillas are beautiful. Go and feast.
Well, I hope that this is not lagging because I want to give Wentao a chance if he wants to top the 360.
I really appreciate everybody. How many people have joined in. It really does mean a lot because, like, and you know, let's also be, you know, celebrate Godzilla getting a you know.
All right, Wentao went up to 380.
380. Thomas,
are you willing to go 4? We got to get this really quick. So y'all just chunk whatever the highest number is you could do in this, and we can call it a day.
Wentao really wants it.
Yep.
So what was I going to say? Oh, and just, you know, I do think that, oh man.
Oh, they give it to Wentao. So Wentao, it is yours for 380.
Oh man, thank you so much, everybody. It really means a lot. Cassie, we could go to the grocery store. We're not doing that bad, but you know, it's expensive living in Austin. Wentao, I've got your email, so I'll put you in touch with Caston, and we can get it sent out to you. Yay! Thank you, Wentao.
Yes, thank you all so very much for the stream.
Yes.
We have never had 814 people now, and there's been multiples that has dropped out.
Man.
So
you know what? I bet we get more if we put our feet on the camera.
Our feet?
Yeah.
I got socks and flip flops. That's not super.
Wait, I can't see it. Hold on. Socks and flip flops. Put that on Feet Wiki. Oh man, yeah, Thomas. I hope I get to meet you in person too. Yeah, Rachel, shout out Persian King. Gigantus -1. I really like your screen name. That's a really good. It's a really good feat. Yay. Yes, we are coming to Corpus Christi Comic-Con. I need to confirm that with John, but I think we scared off Kaiju X Jaeger. Okay, we got to cut it off, guys. But thank you again so much. And love you guys.
Yeah,
And
this was humbling having so many people.
it was really
It was
cool.
like,
It
wow.
makes you really, man. I think I needed this.
We need to do it more often.
We'll do it more often. Well, I just pay for the damn subscription, so we
gotta
got to do
use
it. Now we got to use it.
But don't forget to go to the store and buy stuff.
Oh,
everything is signed by Matt. There's commissions on there if you want a blank cover. I get everything out within a week, unless it's a commission base. It could take longer because Matt just has to fit those in around his normal stuff.
Yeah, I think what we'll do in one of the next streams is I'll just have to work on commissions.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Wait, hold on. Wait.
I was almost about to click the button. Good night.